Hey there, it's Amanda. Welcome back to the channel. If you are thinking about making a move to Northern Virginia and wondering where should you start your research, you are in the right place. In today's video, I am going to be sharing 10 things that you absolutely must know before making a move to Northern Virginia. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Amanda and I'm your guide to all things living, eating, sleeping, working, and playing in Northern Virginia. If that's something that you're interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I share a video every single week, keeping you updated on what it's like to live in Northern Virginia. So Northern Virginia is the place that I have called home all my life, up until just a few years ago. Now I split time between Northern Virginia and Charleston, South Carolina. But Northern Virginia is an area that I have just seen grow up over the years. I'm pushing 40. I grew up in Leesburg, in the Luckett's area, and now live in Alexandria and have for many years. And it's just been interesting to watch Northern Virginia develop and all the growth that has occurred and continues to occur here. So in today's video, I just want to share with you what to expect and plan for when you are moving to Northern Virginia. It has a lot to offer here, but like any other area, there's pros and cons. And I'm gonna start off with something that I talk a lot about in the majority of my videos, and that is traffic. Be prepared when you are making a move to Northern Virginia that there is a lot of traffic here. Navigation software company TomTom recently released their travel index, and Northern Virginia came in at number 2 of worst travel times. Only worse for us was New York, so that'll give you some perspective of what to expect. There is always construction going on, so that definitely does not help traffic, but it's just a highly populated and congested area. So keep that in mind when you are determining where you want to land as far as the suburbs go. If you're gonna be commuting into DC, keep the traffic factor in mind. Since we're talking about traffic, let's go right into transportation. And we have 2 train services here to make commuting a little bit easier if you don't want to drive. We have VRE and Metro. We also have 3 airports in the area. There's Dulles International, Reagan, and BWI. And Metro runs both to Dulles and Reagan. So if you don't want to drive to the airport, you have the option to take public transportation. So with all this traffic and all these transportation options, there has to be a reason it's so congested here, right? The number one reason that people relocate to Northern Virginia is career opportunities. And not only does Northern Virginia have some of the best career opportunities in the state of Virginia, it actually has some of the best in all of the United States. You will find Fortune 500 companies here. There is a ton of opportunity in IT, in defense, finance, government. You name it, there is a lot of opportunity to level up your career in Northern Virginia. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, cost of living. Northern Virginia is expensive. There is no other way for me to put that. But like everything else, you get what you pay for, and I think the pros of everything that you get access to when living here makes it worth it. But to give you an idea of what we are talking about, if you were, for example, living in Charlotte, North Carolina and making $100,000, if you move to the Alexandria area of Northern Virginia, then you would need to make a little over $152,000 to keep the same standard of living that you are having in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, it's not the most expensive place in the United States to live. There are plenty of others where if you were relocating, say, from New York or San Diego, that your cost of living would go down. But for the most part, we are high on the side of cost of living. That leads me into housing, and housing is going to account for a large part of your budget when making a move to Northern Virginia. Right now, the median sale price for a single family home is $775,000, and you would really be hard put to find something in that range that doesn't need a massive amount of work. Unless you go to Prince William County, it is a little bit more affordable there. You will find all types of housing here. There is something for everyone, from apartments, condos, townhouse style condos, townhomes, single family homes, 55 plus communities. There really is something for everyone depending on what area you want to land in here in Northern Virginia. But be prepared that housing is definitely going to cost you. Next up, let's talk about education. And Northern Virginia really stands out here. 4 of the top 6 school districts in all of the state of Virginia are right here in Northern Virginia. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm always going to give the disclaimer, do your own research as far as schools go. There are also lots of private school options in Northern Virginia, and on a higher level education, we have George Mason University right in Fairfax. That's where I went to school. And we also have right in DC, Georgetown University and George Washington University. Next is the weather. And if you like 4 true seasons, Northern Virginia will be right up your alley. We have true spring, summer, fall, winter. If you don't like humid summers, you probably won't be too happy in Northern Virginia. It can get extremely hot and humid here. And winter, it can be hit or miss. For example, last week we were in the upper teens and had snow. And today it's 60 degrees outside. So it really depends. One good thing about Northern Virginia is the weather changes a lot, and I mean a lot, very frequently. So if you don't like something, just wait a few days and it will be gone anyways. I do think that another thing to keep in mind is in Northern Virginia, and I would say in Virginia in general, allergies can be an issue. So if you have sensitivities, just be prepared that they will probably be magnified if you make a move to Northern Virginia. Now let's talk about things to do, and Northern Virginia really delivers in this category. There is literally something for everyone here. You can head into Washington, DC and explore there, check out the museums, the shows, the attractions, the food. There's happy hours at Reston, there's hiking at Great Falls, there's all the wineries in Loudoun County, there is the Wizards, there's the Commanders if you're into sports. There's just really something for everyone. Cavs fans, I'm not forgetting you either if you're into hockey. And no matter what you are looking for, Northern Virginia has it. There's also a very diverse food scene here, and that's something that I really love about this area. No matter what you're craving, Northern Virginia has you covered. A question that I also get a lot about Northern Virginia is if the area is diverse. And this is another thing that I really love about this area. It is a melting pot. You will find so many different cultures and walks of life represented here. And I think that that's something that makes Northern Virginia special. Now, it's going to vary depending on what area you're in, but overall, Northern Virginia is a very diverse place to call home. Last, let's talk about the lifestyle here in Northern Virginia. And depending on what you're looking for, this could be a pro or it could be a con. It is a very fast-paced lifestyle here. It is a rat race. It's career-driven, education-driven, very affluent area. And it can be easy to fall into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses. I definitely do not recommend doing that. And I think it's important to share just what a fast-paced lifestyle occurs here on a day-to-day basis, 7 days a week, because it might not be for everyone. So there you have it, 10 things you absolutely must know before making a move to Northern Virginia. If you're thinking about making a move to the area, I've got your back. Reach out to me. All my contact info is in the description below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos on living in Northern Virginia. Until I see you on the next one, take care.